Arrays. An array is a way to store multiple values of the same type in a single variable. These values are stored in a continuous block and each value can be accessed using its position, which is called the index. The first index of an array is always Arrays are useful when you want to group related data and access it efficiently. For example, if you want to store the marks of 5 students, you can create an array where each position holds the marks of 1 student. Types of arrays. Static arrays. Static arrays are arrays whose size is fixed when they are created. This means you cannot change the number of elements they hold after defining them. For example, if you create an array of size 5 to hold the marks of students, you can only store 5 marks in it, not more or less. Advantages of static arrays. They are simple to use and understand. The size is fixed, so memory is allocated, making them predictable. Limitations of static arrays. If you allocate more memory than needed, it leads to wastage. If you need more space later, you cannot increase the Dynamic size. Arrays. Dynamic arrays are arrays that can grow or shrink during program execution. Unlike static arrays, you can change the size of dynamic arrays based on your needs. For example, you start with an array to store 3 students' marks but later need to add 2 more. A dynamic allows you to increase its size to store all 5 marks. Advantages of dynamic arrays. Flexible in size. No memory wastage as they grow or shrink is required. Limitations of dynamic arrays. They require extra processing. Memory management becomes more complex. Array operation things. Traversal. Traversal also means visiting each element of the array one by one. It is like reading all the items in a list from start to finish. For example, if you have the values 10, 30, 40, and visit them one by one and print them in the same order. Insertion is adding a new value to an array at a specific position. To insert, you need to create space by shift elements to the right. For example, if you have an array with values 10 and create amazing things together, and you want to insert 5 at the second position first, move 30 to the next position, place 25 in the second position, then array will end. The final array will be end 30. Deletion. Deletion is removing a value from an array. After delete, to shift the remaining elements to fill the empty space. For example, if you have an array with values 10, 20, and 30, and you want to remove the value at the second first, remove 20. Then move 30 to the second position. Final array will be 10 and 30. Searching is finding the position of a value in array. There are 2 common methods. Linear search. You check each value one by one borrowed value. For example, to find 30 in an array with values 10, 20, up to next together, then 30 you start with 10 and finally find 30. Binary search. This works on sorted arrays. You repeatedly divide the array into 2 halves until you find array. Sorting means the elements of an array in a specific such as ascending or descending. For example, if you have an array with values 30, 10, and 12 in ascending, and you want them in ascending order, you rearrange them to 10 and 20. Locations of arrays. Makes representation. A matrix is a grid of values arranged in rows and columns. It can be represented using a 2-dimensional array. For example, a 3 by 3 as the rows with 3 values in each row. Using and store these values as rows and columns. If you want to access the value in the second row and first column, you look at the second set of values and pick the first one. Sparse maze is a type of matrix where most of the values are 0. Instead of storing all the zeros, you can save memory by only storing the positions and values of non-zero elements. For example, if a matrix has values 1 and 0, 0, 0 in the first row and 4 in second, and 0, 0 in the third, only positions and values of 1, 3, and 4. Thank you for exploring with me. I'm always here to help with more topics. Stay curious, keep growing, and feel free to reach out anytime. Don't forget to follow and subscribe for more updates. Let's stay connected and create amazing things together.